Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my series of all 225 new releases I saw in 2022 ranked. So further ado, we're just going to get straight into it. Starting off with 179, The Score for Good and Evil. I gave this film a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C and a 5 out of 10. I think the score for Good and Evil, it was bland, really. I didn't really enjoy my time with this movie. It was boring. Yeah, that's really about it. It's forgettable, and it just reminds me of Harry Potter. Yes. Has a good cast, I would say. And directed by Paul Feig, Feig, who directed Ghostbusters 2016. So there was some good things. 178 Firestarter. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C and a 5 out of 10. I think Firestarter was just another bland, forgettable movie. I think the acting of the main girl and Zac Efron, good. I like their acting. The movie, not that great. It's meh, really. It's in the middle, but it's more on the bad side for me, unfortunately. I really wish this movie could have worked. I think this movie is not better than the original, because I do enjoy the original. So yeah, it's very disappointing, but I really wished this movie could have worked for me. But it did not. But 178 is Firestarter. 177 is Spirit Halloween, the movie. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C and a 5 out of 10. I think Spirit Halloween, the movie, it was bland, really. Forgettable movie. It's a forgettable movie. Yeah, I really wished it could have been better. It wasn't. But you know, it was disappointing. It didn't work out to my standards. So disappointing. It didn't work out to my standards. But yeah. The four main leads were fine. Their acting was good. The movie kind of had Goosebumps kind of feels to it, which I do enjoy. I do like Goosebumps, so I do enjoy that. But you know, Spirit Halloween, the movie, it's a forgettable movie. I can't really remember what happened in it. But you know, 177, Spirit Halloween, the movie. 176 is Diary of a Wimpy Roderick Rules. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C and a 5 out of 10. I think Diary of a Wimpy Roderick Rules is bland. It's just a worse version of the original, because the original Roderick Rules was good. This one is meh. It's not that good. I do enjoy the 2021's version of Diary of a Wimpy to Diary of a Wimpy Roderick Rules for me. But you know, Diary of a Wimpy Roderick Rules, bland movie. Can't remember really what happened in this movie. I wished it could have been better. It was not. But yeah, that's really about it. 175 is People We Hate at the Wedding. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C and a 5 out of 10. I mean, it has a good cast. Alison Janney, Ben Platt, Kirsten Bell. Good cast. The movie, it is a bit forgettable, because all I remember is that there was a wedding, especially in the title, you stupid idiot. Basically, what I remember is that some of the family was split apart from the other part of the family, and the people that split up the family, I'm terrible at explaining. I can't even remember. Don't watch it. I wouldn't recommend it. And yeah, I mean, you can check it out if you want to, but for me, no. 174 on the line. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C, and a 5 out of 10. This is a home media movie. Home movie is what we call them. That they don't release in theatres. So we call them. Anyway, it's starring Mel Gibson. I like a bit of Mel Gibson. And this movie, it's bland. It is really bland. And I really can't remember what happened in this movie. I wish it could have been better. I really wish it could have been better, but it was not. Really sad about that. But yeah, on the line, it's basically about Mel Gibson's character is a radio podcast host, and he has this call, because he speaks to people and sorts out situations. He gives a call to someone, and it's this guy that wants to blow up his building or something. I can't remember. I think it's like that. But 174 on the line. 173 Disenchanted. Okay. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 50%, a C, and a 5 out of 10. I think Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey's performance was good, and Maya Rudolph was okay. Same with James Marsden, they were okay. But the movie didn't work for me. Unfortunately, I wish it could have, because it did have potential on being a good movie. But it didn't achieve what it wanted to go to for me. Yeah. 172 is Emancipation. Yeah, I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, 52%, a C, and a 5.2 out of 10. I think Emancipation was bland, really. Will Smith, I think he does have a good performance in this movie. And this movie is basically about slavery and how some of these slaves, group of slaves, basically escaped. That's basically it. Yeah, it's a black and white film. Not a huge fan of those kind of films. But Emancipation, it's a hit or miss. Hit or miss for some people. And next up, we have Hocus Pocus 2 at 171. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 53%, a C, and a 5.3 out of 10. I think Hocus Pocus 2 was another bland movie. This is better than Disenchanted for me, but not by much, really. It's not by much. I think this movie could have really worked better than what I would have liked it to. But yeah, the main character's okay. They were fine. The witches back. They were fine. The movie overall, bland, forgettable. Yeah, can't remember really what happened in this movie. But yeah, it's a Hocus Pocus 2, 171. 170 for me is My Policeman. I give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 53%, a C, and a 5.3 out of 10. I think My Policeman was a bland movie, really. It wasn't my kind of cup of tea. It wasn't really interesting. Harry Styles is in this movie. His performance, better than Don't Worry Darling for me. And yeah, you got Emma Corrin, Gina McKee, David Dawson, Rupert Everett. Don't know any of those people, but this movie, it was something that I wish it could have been better. Yes, 169, Cheaper by the Dozen, 2022. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 53%, a C, and a 5.3 out of 10. I think Cheaper by the Dozen, 2022. Yeah, it's nothing really happened in this movie, really. I wish this movie could have worked. I really do wish it could have worked. But it was just a bland movie. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, 53%, a C, and a 5.3 out of 10. Yeah, it was boring, mostly. Zach Braff was in this movie, if you know Zach Braff from Scrubs. Who knows, he's in there. But you know, Cheaper by the Dozen, the original's better. The original's way, way better. 168 is Jurassic World Dominion. This movie really could have worked. Really could have worked. This is a disappointment to the franchise. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 53%, a C, and a 5.3 out of 10. You know, this movie really, so disappointing. This movie, I'll give it this. It was better than Fallen Kingdom. I'll give it that. Even the OGs in this movie, like the OGs, you got Sam Neill, you got Jeff Goldblum, you got Laura Dern. They should have been way better than what they were in this movie, but they really had nothing in this movie for me. The main two characters, Chris Pratt and Dallas Howard something, they were. The character development could have been added more on because it's really just Fallen Kingdom. And then, like, they don't even have, like, new character stories to them, which, like, come on. Please. I need more character stories with you. But yeah, 168 is Jurassic World Dominion. I'm very disappointed by this. I really wish it could have worked for me, but it did not. 167 is Father of the Bride. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. I think Father of the Bride is just a bland movie. I think the original is way better than this movie. But yeah, who's in this movie? Andy Garcia. Yeah, he's in this movie. The movie I remember him from is from Let's Be Cops. Remember that movie? That movie is comedy gold. I love that movie. No, that's actually being serious. I actually like that movie. But Father of the Bride could have worked, but 167 Father of the Bride. 166 is The Royal Treatment. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. This film literally was filmed 3 hours away from me, which is incredible, because I love when films are filmed, well, not even near me, but like in my country. That's awesome. But you know, The Royal Treatment, it was a movie. I mean, it is a January movie, so you really got your point there. This movie, not that great. Really wish it could have worked for me. It did not. Yeah, that's really about it. But 166 is The Royal Treatment. 165 is Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. So basically, you got the cast from all three, but except for, I think a few, but one of the main ones is Dracula. Adam Sandler did not come back to play Dracula. You got a YouTuber who's a voice impersonator, and good for him for being in this movie. Like, it's incredible. But this movie, it's just bland, really. It's forgettable. I really can't remember what happened in this movie for the life of me. Yeah, did I wish it could have been better? No, not really. I didn't really enjoy my time with Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, But yeah, I'm happy that this franchise is over. But 165 is Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. 164 is The Fallout. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. I know a lot of people enjoyed this movie, but for me, it didn't work. The cast is amazing. Well, not amazing, but good. You got Maddie Ziegler and Jenna Ortega. Good cast there as the main two leads. So this is basically, the story is set before or after, it's before a school shooting, and it's basically the after effects of how people cope during that time. Yeah. And then Jenna Ortega and Maddie Ziegler basically join together, make like a friendship. And then, yeah. But The Fallout, yeah, it's a bland movie, sorry. Wish it could have been better. 163 Deep Water. Now, this is a bland movie as well. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. So this has a good cast. You got Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. This movie did not work for me. Yeah, it did not work for me. I'm very disappointed by this movie. What even it has a great cast. Adam Sandler, Ben Affleck, and Ana de Armas. Good cast there. Really could have worked good. And then Jacob Elordi's in here. Which, he's a good actor from Euphoria. Anyway, Deep Water. I can't even remember what happened in this movie. It was way too long. It was like 2 hours long. Like, come on, calm down. But yeah. 162 Where the Crawdads Sing. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. I think Where the Crawdads Sing was a bland. No, it wasn't bland. It was mediocre. I'll give this a mediocre. I was looking forward to this movie because, well, I haven't read the book, but the trailers really intrigued me. It looked like a good movie, but it did not work. This movie was not very, but it was disappointing for me. And yeah, I wish it could have worked because it really did have potential there, and a good cast, and it really could have worked. And one of the producers is Reese Witherspoon. Like, come on. But you know, it's a disappointing movie. But for me, 162, Where the Crawdads Sing. 161 is The Contractor. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. So this movie was in theatres and on digital on the same day, and it stars Chris Pine. Good cast. If you have Chris Pine in there, that means you had money. Anyway, The Contractor. I really can't remember what happened in this movie. I don't even know if it was a good movie. I wish it was. If it wasn't. But all I remember is that Chris Pine was in like was the army or something? I can't remember. And he had like I can't remember what happened in this movie. But good job for not being one of the worst movies. 160 is Empire of the Light. I gave this film a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 54%, a C, and a 5.4 out of 10. I think this movie was a mediocre film. Could have worked. It really could have worked. But this movie is basically set in the 60s, I'm pretty sure. And it has Olivia Colman and, is it Michael Ward or Toby Jones? Those two are the main characters. And they basically have like a cinema. That's all I can remember. But this movie but disappointing for me. 159 is The Curse of Bridge Hollow. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 55%, a C, and a 5.5 out of 10. I think The Curse of Bridge Hollow was another mediocre film. I really do wish it could have been. I really wish it could have been better with what it had. It wasn't. If Marlon Wayne's in here, good cast. And you got the girl from Stranger Things. And you got Kelly Rowland. Come on. This movie is a Halloween movie, if you didn't know, by the title. And, yeah, it's a forgettable film. And I really can't remember what happened in this movie. I wish it could have been good if it wasn't. But, the Curse of Bridge Hollow, 159 for me. 158 is Amsterdam. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 55%, a C, and a 5.5 out of 10. I rewatched this movie about 3 days ago because I wanted to catch up on rewatching some movies that I thought would have a chance of being better than what it was. But you got a stacked cast. You got Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Chris Rock, Anna Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, Timothy Olyphant, Taylor Swift, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro. What? And this movie was mediocre. I really wish this movie could have worked for me, because I thought, before I rewatched it, I thought this movie was good, but as I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, I can see more problems than good things about this film, which is disappointing for me, because I really thought this movie could have worked on the second time, but it did not, and it really disappointed me. But 158 is Amsterdam. 157 is Catwoman Hunted. I gave this film a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 56%, a C minus, and I'll be a C. And I'm giving that a C, sorry, and a 5.6. Oh, it's all C minus. Okay, fine, a C minus, and a 5.6 out of 10. I think Catwoman Hunted was a good animated movie. I really can't remember what happened in this. You got Catwoman, Batwoman. Do you call it Batgirl, Batwoman, and the Black Mask? Is that the villain? I can't remember, but it's fine. It's a mediocre movie. Just a short little movie, but yeah. 157, Catwoman Hunted. 156 is a movie called The Princess. What even happened in this movie? I forgot to. It's a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's a 56%. It's a C minus, and it's a 5.6 out of 10. It stars Joey King, which one of her movies is way higher on my list. And yeah, The Princess. It's a blur movie. It's mediocre. I think the story could have worked better in this movie than what it was. It did not happen, but it was fine. Nah. Yeah, well, it had hope. It had hope. But 156, The Princess. 155 is Windfall. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 56%, a C minus, and a 5.6 out of 10. And it stars Lily Collins, Jesse Plemons, and Jason Segel. I really thought this movie would have worked. I really thought. But this movie is shot in one location at a home, and yeah, I really thought this movie would have worked for me. I like these kind of movies, but no. It's basically about Jason Segel is basically trying to rob this place and holding captive as the house owners of Lily Collins and Jesse Plemons. good cast, like I said. But Windfall, it's mediocre for me. 154 is better late than never. So I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 56%, a C minus, and a 5.6 out of 10. So this movie is basically a kid who dreams on being on Broadway. So he escapes home, goes on a bus, goes to New York to try and pursue his dream of Broadway. That's basically what this movie is about. And yeah, it's a mediocre film. I didn't really enjoy my time with this movie. I really, really, really thought this movie could have worked for me. It did not. It did not. But it was fine for what we had with it. But yeah, I really can't remember what happened in this movie. But I wish it would have been better then, because I kind of forgot what happened. Well, I kind of remember. I'll just read the plot line of the movie. Anyway, 153. It's a movie called Luck. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 56%, a C minus, and a 5.6 out of 10. It's an Apple TV Plus animated film of how this girl she had like a magic token or something like that, and like it's always like a good luck charm, but something happened to her, I can't remember, and like she travels with like this cat to like this cat world or something, and she tries to get another coin. I think that's how it worked. I can't really remember, but this movie, mediocre. Really wish it could have worked. But I really wish this movie could have worked. It was a bit disappointing, but yeah. 152 is a movie called Gold. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 58%, a C minus, and a 5.8 out of 10. I think Gold, it stars Zac Efron. Zac Efron. I think it's set in Australia. Like the movie's filmed in Australia. I might be wrong, but I really can't remember what happened in this movie. I really can't remember, but it was nice to see Zac Efron in here. It was nice to see that. But I wish this movie could have been better because I kind of forgot literally everything about this film. Even though it came out like January or something. It was like a year ago. Like, come on, I can't remember. But your Gold, I really wish it could have worked, but it didn't. 151 is a movie called Father Stew. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 58%, a C minus, and a 5.8 out of 10. Stars with Mark Wahlberg. I think this movie really had an opportunity to be good. Really had an opportunity. So basically, it's about Mark Wahlberg's character. It's a real life story. It's about Mark Wahlberg, who was a priest. Then he went to jail, was it? Or did he go to jail, then became a priest? I forgot how it went. And then it's like through like his Christian life and stuff like that. But I think Father Stew was good for me, but I still think it did have problems, and it didn't make it to the top for me. But I think it was mediocre. But 151 is Father Stew. 150 is the Bob's Burgers movie. Yes, I actually finally saw this movie. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 58%, a C minus, and a 5.8 out of 10. Did I have any plan on watching this movie? No, not really. But I watched it anyway. Did I enjoy it? I had problems. I had a lot of problems for me. But that's really bad. I had a lot of problems. I really thought this movie could have worked. It didn't, as you can tell by how low it is. But the Bob's Burgers movie is basically, there was like a massive hole. I forgot how the hole came, but there was like a massive hole in the ground next to the Bob's Burgers burger shop, and like he's running out of business or something. I think something like that. But the Bob's Burgers movie, it was fine. No, it was mediocre. 149 as Halloween Ends. So I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, a 58%, a C minus, and a 5.8 out of 10. I think Halloween Ends was a disappointing movie for me because I really did enjoy Halloween Kills in Halloween 2018. But this movie was a very sad ending because it's so slow. Yeah, I liked the character of Corey. He was good. Some of the logic in this movie was not good whatsoever. But yeah, it was a mediocre film. Near a good movie for me, but it does have more problems for me. But overall, I think Halloween Ends really could have worked, but it didn't succeed. 148 is After Sun. I know a lot of people put this really high up on their list. I know. I gave this a 3 out of 5, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. So I think this movie is good. But I think there are better films for me personally. I gave this, I already said what I gave it, but it stars Paul Mescal and Frankie Coro. I think this movie was a fine movie. I think the story that it told in this movie was good. I enjoyed this movie. I really wished it could have been higher, because I know a lot of people have it like their top 20, top 10s, top 5s. But for me, 148, that's where I'm going to put it. So, 148 is After Sun. Would I recommend it? It's a hit or miss movie, because I know a lot of people wouldn't like it. I know a lot of people will. But, yeah, 148 After Sun. 147 this is a documentary. It's called Gloria Vale. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I gave it a 60%. I gave it a C minus, a 6 out of 10. So Gloria Vale is basically the story on how these people. So people probably don't know what Gloria Vale. Gloria Vale is basically like this place in the South Island, I'm pretty sure, of New Zealand, where there are Christian people, and they are like, they're like in a building, not like a building, but like in a piece of land. I really can't remember what happened in this, but they do like really bad things to people, which are not cool. But people did leave, and they're basically trying to expose Gloria Vale. That's basically it. Anyway, 146, Kimmy. Kimmy, I gave a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I think Zoe Kravitz in this movie was very good. It was very, very good, as always. This is set during the COVID period, I'm pretty sure. And I think this movie was far enough decent. I think it was a decent film. It was a fun movie that, I would say it was a fun movie. But, yeah, Kimmy, it was a fine enough film that I did enjoy my time with. It does have some problems for me. I think some of the pacing in the third act could have worked, but it's directed by Steven Soderbergh, who directed Ocean's 11, which I love. So, come on. 145 for me is Munich, The Edge of War. I gave this a 3 out of 5, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I'm really happy that a January movie I gave a good score. It's a good cast. George McKay from 1917, Janice Nguyen, is that how you say it? And Jeremy Irons. This is a Netflix movie, and I think this movie was far decent. I think it was a good time. I think the movie was long. it was long. But I think it was an enjoyable movie that I had a fun time with. But it's like 2 hours and 9 minutes. I think that was a decent runtime, even though it was a little bit long, probably because of the story. But it was a slow-paced story. But 145 Munich the Edge of War. 144 is Master. I gave it a 3 out of 5, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. So Master is this movie. Can't even speak. It stars Regina Hall. So this movie for me, it was fine enough. Really, It does have not a lot, but it does have problems for me. And yeah, it's a decent film. But the story is set in New England, and it's a university built on a site, Salem era, Gallows Hill. Two black women strive to take their place, navigating politics and privilege. They encounter increasingly terrifying menace invitations of the school's haunted past and present. Yeah. Anyway, 144, Master. 143 is Fall. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I am surprised that this movie is actually this high, because I had no anticipation for this film, really. Did I think it was going to be good? No, not really. I really had no hope for this movie. It just looked stupid, really. It looked like a stupid movie, because it's basically these two people climbing up onto, like, this power pole thing. Like, what is it called? It's like 60, 70 feet high up into the air or something like that. I don't even know what feet. I'm not good at math. Anyway, and they're basically stuck there. And everyone's wondering, are they going to survive? Who knows? But the movie, it was fine. But 143 is Fall. 142 is The Tragedy of Macbeth. I know this movie came out last year, but I only got to see it this year. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and 6 out of 10. Wait, did I say last year? I'm meaning in 2021, but I only got to see it in 2022. Anyway, Tragedy of Macbeth was a good movie. It has a good cast. You got Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand, so it is a good cast. This movie, a bit too long for me, because the movie's like, how long is this movie? Can't even mind, this movie is an hour and 45 minutes. But this movie is basically a squared movie. It's not like a rectangular film, it's like a square. But I did enjoy The Tragedy of Macbeth. At 141 is Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I think this movie was good. It's a very interesting movie. It's basically Emma Thompson's a character. It's not like enjoying sex or something anymore, and she has like this personal guy that comes to her. It's very weird. I don't know why I watched this movie. I had no idea what this movie was about, so don't blame me. But good cast, I would say. It does have a good cast, and yeah, overall, a good movie with a good cast. I like that. So 141 is Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. 140 is Moonshot. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars and a 60%, and a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I think Moonshot was a good movie. It has Lana Condor and Cole Sprouse. It's a good movie that I remember of it. Isn't it like Lana Condor was trying to find her boyfriend, played by Mason Gooding, and Cole Sprouse just wanted to go to space. I think that was it. Anyway, Moonshot. It was a fine film. There was a lot of problems. I would say the story, I wasn't a huge fan of the story. It really did disappoint me with that. But overall, it was still a good movie that I had a good time with. So, can't go wrong with that. And yeah, it's a better space movie than Moonfall, if you saw my last video. Anyway, 140, Moonshot. 139 is Sneakerella. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. God, I've given a lot of 60% this year. I think Sneakerella was a good movie. It was a good movie, I would say. Chosen Jacobs is that his name? Good actor. Yeah, good actor. He did a good job in this movie. I'll give him that. He did a good job in this movie, and yeah, that's really about it. So this movie, I really thought it was like a Cinderella, but Sneakerella, but about sneakers. I think it was like that or something. I can't remember what this movie was about, but it was still a good movie overall. 138 is Slumberland. We have 5 more movies. Slumberland, it stars Jessica Momoa, Marlo Barkley. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. I think Slumberland was a fun little family flick. I think Jason Momoa was good. Marlo Barkley was good. And yeah, it was a good movie that I had a fun time with. That's really about it. I think this movie does have some problems with the story, with the pacing, but overall, it was still a fun little family flick that you can just chuck on whenever on like a Saturday night or something with your family. And yeah, Slumberland is my 138. It's good that is like if it's this low, this high, 130 is like good places. 137 is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. The Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I think this was a good movie. I think Mads Mikkelsen is way better than Johnny Depp, in my opinion. And yeah, I really did enjoy Secrets of Dumbledore. I think this movie does have some problems. I think that this is better than Crimes of Grindelwald, which I'm happy with. I'm happy with that. But it still does have problems for me. I think some of the pacing in some of the movie was not that great. Some of the logic in this movie was not that great, and yeah, that's really about it. I think this movie, wish it could have been better than what it was. But 137 is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. 136 is Night at the Museum. Kaufman Rises Again, as it has that. Yeah, it's just I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. It was just a fine little family flick again. Yeah, it's fine, really. I enjoyed my time with this movie, and like the animation to this movie. The animation is good. I like the story to it. The story was good. And yeah, Night at the Museum, Kaufman Rises Again. Is that how you say it? Kaufman Ra? I'm just breaking up the word. I have no idea how to say it. Was a good movie, and you know I would recommend you checking this movie out because it is a fun time and a fun movie. Yeah, you should check out. But 136 is Night at the Museum. Kaufman Rises Again. 135. Now this really upsets me. It's Thor: Love and Thunder. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 60%, a C minus, and a 6 out of 10. Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm very disappointed that this is this low because I loved Thor Ragnarok. But Thor: Love and Thunder, there is so many problems with this movie. The pacing not that good, story not that good. Movie was meh. The screaming goats were fine for like the first go, but they just kept on going. Gore the God Butcher could have been better. Zeus could have been better, played by Russell Crowe. What else is there? The Korg could have been better. I love Korg. His storyline could have been better. Chris Hemsworth was good. Like the acting the acting was great in this movie, don't get me wrong, but I'm very, very disappointed that it's that low. It's so disappointing. But 135 is Thor Love and Thunder. But the last movie on this part is 134, Clerks 3. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, a 62%, a C-, and a 6.2 out of 10. I think Clerks 3 was a good movie. I think it was funny, enjoyable. I like the Clerks 1 and 2, so I was excited to see Clerks 3, and this movie was just a fun little movie that I had a fun time with. And yeah, that's really about it. I had a fun time with it, and I'm excited to rewatch it whenever that is. And yeah, I think this movie will not be for everyone, but for me it really worked. I'm happy that it did, because if it wasn't, I would be very, very upset. But yes, that is it. 134, Clerks 3. Thank you for watching this video. Part 3 will hopefully come out tomorrow with my list from 134 to 89. So we are counting down after part 3. We have 2 more parts and then we've finished. So, yes. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you do enjoy the series. But we're nearly finished. Nearly at the... No, we're not. We're literally not even halfway. But we're nearly there. Well, no, we are. We're at the halfway. We're at the halfway. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Peace.